Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're talking about something that is, let's be honest, both a dream come true and a total nightmare. What happens when your project, your baby, suddenly goes viral? We're going to look at how a little bit of foresight and some smart architecture can turn what could be a complete catastrophe into your absolute greatest success.
So, just think about it for a second. What if you, yes you, went viral tomorrow? That app you've been coding, that site you just launched, boom. Suddenly, 1 million people all want to see it at the exact same time. It's the moment you've been waiting for, right? But it could also be the very moment your entire system just evaporates.
And that's because going viral is the ultimate double-edged sword. I mean, on one side, it's incredible. It's everything you wanted. But on the other, it is a brutal, unforgiving stress test that, let's face it, most systems are just not ready for.
And here's the painful truth. If you're not prepared, that amazing wave of traffic is going to slam into your servers. Your website's going to crash, and all those new fans are going to see is an error page. All of that incredible potential, gone. Your biggest success just became a very, very public failure.
Okay, but what if you could be ready for it? This is where our story's hero comes in, a senior architect who has seen this before. They know the best way to deal with a crisis is to design your system so the crises can't even happen in the first place. It's all about foresight. That's your best defense.
So first up in the playbook is something called service quotas. The easiest way to think about this is to imagine your cloud account is a restaurant. A service quota, that's the fire code. It's a hard limit on how many people are allowed inside. If you don't ask the fire marshal, your cloud provider, to increase that limit ahead of time, it doesn't matter how popular you get, you're going to have to turn people away at the door.
All right, next tool, pre-provisioning. Sticking with our restaurant, this one's super simple. It's just getting ready for a crowd you know is coming. You know Friday night's going to be slammed, right? So you prep more food, you set up extra tables in the back room. In the tech world, that just means firing up extra servers right before a big marketing push or a product launch. You're just getting ready for the dinner rush.
But what about the rush you don't see coming? You know, the one that comes out of nowhere. That's where auto-scaling becomes your best friend. This isn't magic, it's just a really smart system that's always watching. The second a tour bus pulls up, the second traffic starts to spike, it automatically calls in more chefs and waiters, spinning up new servers in seconds. And just as important, when the rush is over, it sends them home so you're not paying for idle hands.
So you see, these three things together, they're the pillars of a truly resilient system. Our architect got the quotas raised, pre-provisioned the essentials for stability, and then set up auto-scaling to handle whatever chaos the internet decided to throw at them. The foundation was built way before the ground ever started shaking.
Okay, theory's great, but let's see this whole thing in action. Picture it. It's a completely normal Tuesday morning. Everything is quiet. The system is just humming along, happily serving its usual crowd of users. Nothing out of the ordinary. And you can see it right here. This is just business as usual. We've got maybe 1,000 users at 9, trickling up to 1,200 by 10. The system is barely breaking a sweat. It's a totally normal day.
And then, at 10:05 a.m., it happens. Some huge celebrity posts a link. At 10:06, traffic isn't just climbing, it's exploding. But here's the magic. By 10:07, before a human could even finish reading the alert email, auto-scaling has already kicked in. A whole fleet of new servers is online. Just 3 minutes later, the system is handling 100 times the normal load, and by 10:15, it's serving the peak traffic with 0 errors.
I mean, just look at the sheer scale of this. The system went from about 1,200 users to 120,000. It wasn't just a traffic spike, it was a full-blown tsunami. And because of that preparation, the architecture didn't even flinch.
So, let's talk about the aftermath, because this is really a tale of two completely different outcomes. What we just saw was a potential disaster that was turned into an incredible triumph, and it's all because of the work someone did months ago.
This slide really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one path, the unprepared company crashes and burns. They lose sales, get a ton of angry users, and their reputation takes a massive hit. But our prepared architect, they didn't just get record sales. They got thousands of new, happy customers whose very first impression was, wow, this thing just works. You can't buy that kind of trust.
And here's the proof. Throughout that entire 100x traffic surge, 99.999% uptime. That's not just a cool technical stat. That is a promise you kept to every single one of those new visitors. It tells them your service is reliable, and that's how you turn a one-time viral hit into long-term sustainable growth.
Our hero, the senior architect, said it perfectly. What could have been a disaster became our greatest success.
Our preparation saved the day. That really says it all, doesn't it? The real work wasn't done while the fire was raging. It was done in the quiet moments of planning, months and months before.
Now, this is a great story, but it all leads back to one really important question. How do you apply these lessons? Are you ready for your viral moment?
Let's just boil it down to the essentials. First, you have to start treating massive success as a technical problem to be solved. Get ahead of it. Manage those service quotas so you don't hit a silly artificial limit. Pre-provision for the events you can predict, and then, for everything else, lean hard on smart auto-scaling. Because, and this is the most important part, resilience isn't an accident, it's a strategy.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Your biggest success, your own viral moment, it's out there. It's coming. The only question is, when that day arrives, is your system going to be your greatest asset, ready to capture all of that opportunity? Or is it going to be your biggest liability? The choice is yours, and you make it long before that surge ever arrives.